Hi everybody, Kathy Tooley, Tools for Success. Thanks so much for joining us today. So I'm going to take you on a little story. You ready to go for a little story? Little story. So as many of you know, because you've been watching these videos, I was an administrator for 10 years. So when you're an administrator, a building leader in any capacity, you really have two roles, right? Two roles. One is management. You got to manage your building, right? You got to make sure that doors open and doors lock and kids are safe. And that's a whole separate topic for another day. It's what we have to do for school safety. We got to make sure that the cafeterias are running. We got to make sure that bells ring or that students are there, that you actually have teachers in classrooms, kind of important. Blah, 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 blah. There is so much management. And whether you have a building of 50 students or a building of 50,000 students, the management doesn't change. It's a tremendous amount of management, which truly would fill anyone's plate for more than 40 hours. The second role that is critical is leadership, instructional leadership. The most important role I knew, even as an administrator, was to get into teachers' classrooms and to make sure that my teachers were the best for those kids that they had. To make sure that what they were teaching was aligned to state standards, made sure that it was rigorous as it should be, make sure that they had the instructional practices that were necessary for my students to learn, right? So here are the roles that administrators carry every single day. Well, I'm going to give those of you that haven't been in education a little bit of bad news. This one wanes quickly because this one will end you up on the news. You don't have a bus that picks kids up, you will be tonight's top news story. You have a cafeteria that served rotten food, you will be tonight's top news story. You have a student who they feel like a teacher's been too mean to them, you will be tonight's top news story. You have a building that the band won state and you didn't give them a pep session, you will have a group of band parents in your room quickly. This is a constant, proactive, or reactive approach so that this constantly falls. And when this falls, your state data falls, your teachers leave, and your students aren't learning. But no one reports this except for the state scores, they'll report that. But nobody reports that. And so unfortunately as an administrator, you're stuck with this. And I felt that as a principal. I can remember so many times getting out of my car thinking, okay, these are the 4 teachers I'm going to go see today. 3 of them even asked me to. They're struggling. They need some support. And they've asked me to come in and give them a little coaching. And sure enough, I'd walk in my building and there would be 3 sets of parents waiting on me for some social media post that was put up last night on Instagram that they want to talk to me about. And it tied me up until noon. And by the end of the day, only one of those 4 teachers got a visit from me. So is my classroom better today? Is my school better today? No. No. I've got 3 groups of parents that got to come in and dump their Instagram garbage on me, and that's what got accomplished today. Because then we went straight into lunch duty, and then we went into lunch, and somebody had a tiff at lunch, so all afternoon I was dealing with that too. So today, I dealt with 5 kids, while 4,995 I didn't touch. When I left my last building principalship, I decided that I could either be part of the solution or part of the problem. That I could leave education as a disgruntled, disillusioned, dissatisfied complainer. Or I could get in the trenches and do something about it. And Tools for Success was born. What we do as a company is take that leadership bucket and we step in there with them so it remains equal. They can do the management that they need to do and pop over here where they can, but they know that we'll carry this load. So they'll have an amazingly running building that's managed beautifully, that the media will leave alone, while their students are growing, their teachers are growing, and learning is happening. It's a shared partnership that we do with our schools. I knew as an administrator there had to be a company out there like me, but I couldn't find it. And so I chose to create it. And here we sit many years later. So if you're looking for a partner, if that's what you think you need, reach out to us. Reach out to us and let us know how we can support you. And then as always, don't forget to like, follow, share this video, and we will be happy to be able to see how we can help you in the future. And then the last thing I want to leave is this for administrators. It is a lonely, lonely world you're walking out there. I know I walked it. I don't care how great your assistants are or how great your assistant superintendents might be. It's a lonely world. Because at the end of the day, it's kind of like parenting. When you make the right decision and everybody's happy, they're looking at you. And when you make the wrong decision and nobody's happy, they're looking at you. And I created this company because no one was meant to walk alone. No one. And we want to walk with you. Thank you as always for what you guys do every single day on the behalf of kids. Have a fantastic day.